Hello! Fresh contacts. I'm doing my skincare routine before I go and edit the video that's supposed to go up today. It is Wednesday, February 14th. Happy Singles Awareness Day. Got some stuff planned today. I'm supposed to be helping a friend with something. I have singing practice that I have to do my makeup before I go to, because after that I'm going out with my best friend. We're doing something for Valentine's Day. She and I have been best friends for literally 15 years. We're both 25 and we met when we were in 5th grade. I cannot believe it's been that long. Oh my goodness. The plans are finally making it out of the iMessage. The plans are finally making it out of the group chat, because the way this girl and I have constantly been like, we need to do something, we need to do something, we need to do something, and then we never do nothing. So I'm really excited about that. We're going skating, and I think we're going somewhere out to eat, but we haven't decided where we're gonna go yet, because the skating is happening first. Because if there's anything I know from field trips, it's to not skate on a full stomach. Nothing happened, but like, I felt it. So while I prep my face for the day, I got a bone to pick with you indie music warriors, specifically the ones who love to whine and cry and complain about a song or an artist becoming popular. You're not special. My mother agrees. You're not special. Because these are the same people that like to be like, oh, I don't listen to popular music, and like if somebody asks them who they're listening to, they're like, oh, I don't think you would know them. No, duh, smart one, that's why I'm asking. These are the people, like, if I encounter you, I immediately know you have no personality. You have absolutely nothing unique about you, and that's why you cling to how you don't listen to popular music like everybody else, like it's your lifeline. And I hope you know that when you complain about an artist becoming popular, you're being very selfish and entitled to their career. Because most artists' dream, yes, is to get their message out there, but it's also to make a living from sharing their message. Musicians that make really good music, very obviously, have a passion for music. They deserve to be compensated fairly for their passion, because it takes a lot of work to create a song. And when your song gets shared with a lot of people, it opens the door for you to receive criticism from that same amount of people. The compensation is for the emotional damages that could potentially occur. Not to mention, indie is to independent. I get it. Indie is to independent as pop is to popular. Indie is just short for independent, which means that you're not signed to a record label. So all you have to do to be an independent musician, to be an indie artist, is to essentially self-produce. Self-produce, self-promote, bonus points if you self-create. Is my contact bothering me? Maybe I could just feel it because it moved. That's the reason why a lot of independent music goes largely unnoticed, because they don't make a whole lot of money. The reason why artists who are signed to labels can get so popular in such a short amount of time, even if the song is mostly mid, is because the record label makes the amount of money to pay radio stations and commercials and other places to use this artist's music. And they have agents working overtime to get that artist interviews, radio shows, model castings, etc. Commercials, all that, movies, sometimes TV shows, sometimes. Independent artists don't have that financial bandwidth, but that artist still eventually wants to be known among many people. Indie tends to have a specific sound, yes, just like how we all thought pop music was like mostly a genre that sounds a specific way, because a lot of music did sound like that. But pop being short for popular is the reason why a rap song can end up on a top 40 pop list, because it's popular. I know about popular. Music from independent artists has become popular. It doesn't stop them from being independent. It doesn't strip them of the independent title. So when you complain and whine and cry about an indie artist that you like, that you want to gatekeep, becoming popular, you're essentially becoming upset that that artist is achieving their dream. You are trying to withhold their dream and the amount of money and success and achievements they could make from them, because you want something for yourself. You're so obsessed with being able to say, well, I listened to so-and-so before they were cool. And you're still not cool. So now what? Where do we go from here? For that mindset alone, I hope that nothing you ever produce gets put out there. I hope that nothing you ever make gets popular. I hope it never gets recognized. I hope you just always have to keep it to yourself. Gatekeep yourself. You were listening to yourself before you were cool. Find a personality, Find something unique about yourself, create one if you have to, but don't use other people's dreams for your own selfish purposes, because I don't see you actively helping them with their dreams, and they don't even know you. Also, what happens if they stop producing music? You just go move on to the next one? Oh, that's what I thought. So they really weren't that important to you, I guess. Okay, I'm done dragging y'all. Let's get dressed and go get this video edited. I forgot to say this while I was in there. You trying so hard to be different from everybody. You trying so hard not to listen to music that other people listen to. You do realize it's okay to relate to other people, right? It's okay to listen to music that's popular. It's okay to listen to music that other people listen to. It doesn't take anything away from you. Why does the idea of being like other people bother you so much? Why does it offend you so much? Like, yeah, obviously, you know, you do want to still have your things that you like. You don't want to be a carbon copy of somebody else. But the idea of relating to other human beings like you're not also a human being should not be this horrendous to you. The fact that you're a human being means you're already up there with the rest of us. In other words, you already relate to us a whole lot more than you're willing to admit to yourself. And we all know you secretly listen to popular music in the privacy of your own room. So when you're not trying to fake your personality, we know what you actually like. We know what you really like. Okay, so before I edit my video, while I was in the bathroom, I got a text. I applied to grad school, and that text said that my admission decision is here. So we're gonna open it together. Here we go. This is the first time I've ever been nervous about getting into school. Like, it's not like I really need to go to grad school, but like I just decided it was something I wanted to do. I'm aiming for communications and new media. That's the degree I picked. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. I got in. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna FaceTime my mother. Oh, she might be in class. Oh, okay. No, sorry. I looked at the time and I was like, oh wait, you might be in class. Okay, they can't see you, but say hi, YouTube.
Oh my goodness! Hi, YouTube.
In case y'all wanted to know where I get my dramatics from, so I just wanted to show you something real quick.
Well, all right. Well, all right.
Okay, so now Mom knows. So now it's time for Instagram to know. Why was that so loud? Okay, cool. So I have some other stuff that I want to look at on my school's website before I start editing, so we'll be back. Okay, so change of plans. You're gonna find that happens a lot on this channel. This is why we don't procrastinate, because had I started editing this video much earlier like I should have, I would have been able to catch this and we would have still been right on schedule. But hopefully with me like taking my medication consistently and building up momentum and just constantly reminding myself that I have the ability to get stuff done and that I have the energy to as well. I finished editing the video. I took it downstairs and I finished editing it during lunch, which I initially didn't want to do, but I did it because I incorrectly thought that I had to start getting ready to leave the house much earlier than I actually do. But I cannot upload it to YouTube because there's not enough space on my hard drive. I'm gonna give y'all some insider secrets on being a creator, especially being a YouTuber. The reason why creators have so many hard drives, you know what? Why am I walking around like I don't have a dresser? Okay, here we go. The reason why creators have so many hard drives and why they have so many terabytes of space on them is because in order to upload a YouTube video, you have to like store it on like in a storage area first. It's not like TikTok where you can like share something to your Instagram story without the video downloading to your phone first. You have to download it onto a hard drive or onto your computer if you've got the computer space for it, but that also means your processing speed is getting eat up. But you have to export it to something first and then you upload it from there. When you click on YouTube to upload a video, the dialog box that comes up is the same one that comes up when you go to like submit an assignment online for university. So it's expecting to pull it from your computer. It's not gonna just like, I don't know, travel through the waves or whatever. Now, there's a very easy solution to this because the majority of the space that is being taken up by my computer is all of the like B-roll and stuff that I created for when I was still posting videos on social media. But now that I'm not on social media as a creator anymore, I have no need for those videos. Most of them were filled with my phone and they weren't like representative of like me now. They're like old videos, so my hair was looking a different type of way. So all I have to do is get rid of those and then I'll have space for it on my computer, or my hard drive, sorry. The only thing is, what am I gonna do about the libraries? Because libraries are what house like all of the projects and stuff that you create on Final Cut Pro, but like I need those. A lot of them can be deleted because a lot of them were created when I made like all of that other stuff. Now that I'm doing vlogs, a lot of the stuff that I created can just be incorporated into those vlogs, so I don't need separate libraries for them. And I also don't have to film as often, like I don't have to keep as much stuff on my hard drive because I'm not expecting to post this often anymore. So freeing to be able to say that, oh my gosh. But like eventually they're gonna fill up and it's only February. And my vlogs are longer than my sit-down videos, or they most likely will be at some point, so what am I gonna do? I'll see if I can post the video on Thursday because I want to chill for a little bit before I have to go and get ready to leave the house. And I won't be coming back until later tonight, so I'm not gonna want to do anything when I come home. So that's a problem for future me. Hi. So it's 5:45 and I'm about to start getting ready to go out. Something that I thought would be fun while I do my makeup is to read like those Reddit posts from like Am I the Asshole? Here's this one. I just like mildly scammed it, but I haven't read the whole thing. So it says, am I the asshole for refusing to cover my friend's portion of the bill at a restaurant? I recently went out to dinner with a group of friends to celebrate a birthday. We decided to split the bill evenly as we usually do to make things simpler. However, as we were calculating each person's share, we realized that one of our friends, let's call her Sarah, had ordered significantly more food and drinks than the rest of us. When the bill arrived, Sarah seemed taken aback by the total amount and sheepishly admitted that she had underestimated how much she'd ordered. She suggested that we split the bill evenly anyway, reasoning that it would be fair since we all contributed to the celebration. However, I couldn't shake the feeling of unfairness. I had only ordered an entree and a non-alcoholic beverage, while Sarah had indulged in multiple appetizers, cocktails, and desserts. Splitting the bill evenly meant that I would end up paying for a portion of Sarah's extravagant meal, which didn't sit right with me. I politely expressed my concerns to the group, suggesting that we each pay for what we order to ensure fairness. However, Sarah became defensive and accused me of being cheap and ruining the mood of the celebration. Despite the tension, I stood my ground and insisted on only paying for what I had consumed. This led to an awkward confrontation at the table with some of my friends siding with Sarah and others supporting my stance. In the end, we decided to split the bill based on individual orders, but the atmosphere remained strained for the rest of the evening. Sarah barely spoke to me for the rest of the night, and I couldn't help but feel guilty for potentially ruining the birthday celebration. So Reddit, am I the asshole for refusing to cover my friend's portion of the bill at a restaurant? So here's the thing. No, I don't think that this person is the asshole for refusing to pay part of the bill, because the decision to split the bill was based on the assumption that everybody had spent a reasonable amount of food. It's not your fault that Sarah apparently had poor impulse control. Also, her switch up is interesting to me, because when she was first confronted about how much money she had spent on food, she was sheepish about how she had overspent unintentionally. But then when the desire to not pay for Sarah's meal because how much she spent was, I guess, exorbitant, all of a sudden you're cheap? I think part of the reason why she allowed herself to spend so much is because she had the expectation that she was only gonna have to pay for a small part of it, and that most of it would have been paid by somebody else, basically. Anytime I go somewhere, I'm never expecting to split the bill. If you don't tell me beforehand that we're splitting the bill, I'm paying for my own food, and I'm kind of expecting everything to be like that. Everybody pays for what they ordered, and I absolutely agree with OP. It is not fair to have to pay, like, if I only spent $30 on food for myself. Why am I paying $50 because somebody else can't control their spending habits? So no, not the asshole. I came expecting to pay what I was going to pay for myself. It's not my job to pick up after you. And if you know that you're going to split the bill, spend mindfully. Consider other people's possible finances and don't be selfish. Just because they're going out to eat with you doesn't mean they have a lot of money to spend. Speaking from experience here. Oh boy, here we go. Am I the asshole for telling my daughter the reason she doesn't have a village is due to being overbearing? Oh, so we're getting good now, huh? Did I already put... Oh, I did. Okay, I know what this is for. I'm gonna try something different with my concealer today. I saw Sloan Bird post about it on her TikTok, and now that I've seen it, it seems so obvious now. It was a baking technique, but I don't bake because my concealer matches my foundation and I only use it under my eyes, but I'm gonna try it with setting today. She says she just applies a little bit, lets it set for like 2 minutes, and then blends one eye, bakes it, blends the other eye, bakes it. So I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna blend one eye, set it, then blend one eye, then set it, instead of blending both, then setting one while the other has time to crease. That makes so much sense. I struggle with creasing all the time. Why didn't I do this before? Going in with the contour again from the last time. And now that I've used it once, I can be a little bit more confident with my application. Still need to focus though. Okay, here we go. My daughter, 29, has one child named Sally. We have a large family with a lot of aunts and uncles. At the beginning, everyone was super happy to help out and be the village. The problem started when my daughter started having issues with every single thing they did when helping her out. At first, it was big things that should be respected, like respecting nap time. But over time, it started to get smaller and smaller. It got to the point where she was just nitpicky just to nitpick. Whenever someone would babysit or help her out, she would be texting them constantly or basically be hovering over their shoulder. Ooh. Micromanaging, okay. She doesn't trust whoever she's allowing to babysit. Some examples: Aunt Jen's basement isn't safe, parentheses, the kid doesn't go into her basement. Washed the dirty baby clothes with the wrong softener. Food wasn't correct, parentheses, always too hot or too cold. The list goes on and on. To make it worse, she has an attitude that she is the one doing us a favor by letting us near Sally. Oh, okay. And not that we are helping her out, since none of us need to help out. I have talked to her about this before. I understand she is a first-time parent, but it is very frustrating. It's all her way and she won't accept anything else. It got to the point where they don't help her anymore. They are tired of her nitpicking everything they do, and we're done. She complains that no one was helping her, and basically they all suck. I told her the reason she doesn't have a village anymore is due to being overbearing. She called me a jerk and hasn't answered my text. Okay, so this one is a little bit dicey for me to give my opinion on because I have never even been pregnant before, much less been a mother. But I do know for a fact that being a first-time parent is nerve-wracking because you're doing it for the first time. Okay, when I blend out the other jaw, I need to go ahead and blend out this concealer because I can literally feel it. You want everything to be perfect. You want to make sure that you are being a good mother. And if I'm correct, hormones are still a little bit interesting even after pregnancy. You're also adjusting to a new situation. However, if you want help with something, you have to let people help you. You have to relinquish control. You have to be okay with not being a perfectionist. You have to unlearn perfectionism. Well, too late now. Okay, you know what? When in doubt. I put on way too much of this, I fear. Oh! Okay, this is why I don't do these things. Well, you have to be bad at it before you can be good at it. Maybe it's just the camera. Maybe I'm just not used to it, and maybe when I put on the translucent powder, it will lessen some of this harsh contrast. Definitely put on less next time, oh my goodness. People are allowed to be bad at things, y'all, it's okay. Okay, we just gonna have to roll with it. Gonna put the rest of that foundation here so that any harsh lines are not seen. Just put the rest under here. Okay. Oh boy, we got a roommate from hell story. Am I the asshole for kicking my roommate out and tossing his stuff in the trash after finding out he messed with my food? I, 24 male, have shared an apartment with Andrew, 25 male, for a year. This is not my blush brush. Oh my goodness. I just almost put on blush with the brush that I use to contour my face. help. We found this place through some friends, and honestly everything was pretty chill until this whole thing went down. My name is on the lease, and Andrew would just Venmo me his half of the rent. We never had any formal contract between us. First mistake. Even if y'all are friends, draw up something. We were having dinner with some friends and we were drinking, chilling, and having fun. One of our mutual friends made a joke about me being very tidy and Andrew being very chaotic in terms of our rooms, cleaning habits, and stuff like that. I'm gonna do something that I see the girls doing on TikTok because this is really bothering me. I really hope this works. I can use a little more blush. Our friend asked us if that was a usual problem for us. So for some reason, Andrew decided to mention that whenever I'd get too annoying about cleaning the apartment or whatever, instead of fighting, he would go and spit on my food. Straight out spitting on my food. We were all laughing off. But then Andrew went to the kitchen and demonstrated how easy it was to just take one of my prep meals for the week, open it, and spit on it. He did it right there in front of us. Come in. We were still laughing in a what the hell is happening kind of way. I understand that people nervous laugh. I'm one of those people that nervous laughs. But like, I don't think that that's something that I could even nervous laugh about. Are you kidding me? Okay, either the setting powder is helping or I've just been staring at this so long that the light around the mirror is impairing my ability to see. After our friends left, Andrew tries to play it off, asking if I'm okay with what he admitted and apologizes for it. But I could sense he was dead serious. We ended up having a heated argument and I was furious. I told him he needed to find another place to stay and he stormed off to his room, slamming the door behind him. How are you gonna act like the victim in the situation you created? The next morning he heads off to the gym and in the meantime he sends me this long apology text, but when I didn't respond right away, he loses his cool again saying he doesn't regret it, the spitting incident, and even cracks this disgusting joke about messing with my food, suggesting I avoid eating my ice cream because it's flavored now. Good googly moogly. Just the thought of it made my stomach turn, so I wasted no time. While he was out, I gathered up his belongings and tossed them in the trash. Some of my friends think I went too far by throwing away his stuff, but honestly, it felt like my only option. I couldn't bear the idea of having him around after that. Honestly, I'm kinda embarrassed to tell the full story to most of my friends and family, especially mutual friends. I just tell them we had a fight, so I've been called an asshole on more than one occasion. I probably would not have thrown out his stuff at the first option, but I'm definitely not going to say that you're the asshole for doing that, because who spits in food and thinks it's funny? Are you kidding me? Over being clean, by the way. Like, this wasn't because you like stole his girlfriend or broke something and refused to pay for it. This is literally because you're a clean and hygienic person. I'm also sensing a bit of manipulation too, because how he gonna send you an apology text and then get mad that you didn't reply right away? He also humiliated him in front of his friends. Like, you're telling me in front of my friends that when I'm too clean for you to handle, you're spitting in my food? Spitting in somebody's food is medically dangerous. Like, that's... bodily fluids are considered biohazards. I remember seeing a girl on TikTok who let a man spit like directly into her mouth. Like, not like kissing, not making out, spit into her mouth, and she had to go to the hospital because of it. So yeah, no, definitely rightfully angry. I swear if I mess up my eyeshadow after this, I'm gonna be enraged because I'm gonna have to take all of my makeup off and go out barefaced. And there's nothing wrong with going out barefaced. Like, makeup or not, my face card still doesn't decline. But I like planned to go out and I planned to like do the most because I'm literally going out with my best friend. Hello. Both bestie and me gotta eat. And I literally texted her, I was like, are you wearing makeup when we go out? I'm still deciding, but I'm not really sure. She said yes. So I gotta do my face too. Both of us gotta eat. Oh boy, here we go. Am I the asshole for forcing my older daughter to babysit? I have 3 daughters, 24 female, 15 female, and 16 female. We plan to go on a 7-night Alaska cruise in the summer, and we booked 2 junior suites as my oldest wanted one. We got a good deal and got the 3rd person for free. Our plan was to have the girls share the suite while we take ours, but my oldest is angry and expected her own suite, and got mad that she's been forced to babysit. I told her sharing a room with a 15 and 16-year-old isn't babysitting and that suites are expensive. Getting her another suite would cost about $1,600 due to double occupancy rates, and I feel that's a huge waste of money and I'd rather use it for excursions. I offered that if she wanted her own room, I would book her an interior or an ocean view room or a solo room if I could find one. My oldest daughter is mad because I'm making her choose between having a worse room or having to babysit her siblings. My father-in-law is suggesting we get her a suite and that an adult should not share a room with a child. Am I the asshole? Okay, so there's layers here. First of all, these are siblings that we're talking about. They're not random strangers or distant cousins from extended family. These are people that the 24-year-old has been living with her entire life. It sounds like she still lives at home. And it also sounds like she doesn't really have a good relationship with the 15 and the 16-year-old. Because if you have a good relationship with your siblings, and I say this not having siblings of my own, you probably wouldn't mind sharing a room with them, unless they just really have some habits that you can't vibe with. Which I get, some people are hard to room with, not everybody can share their space. That said, I agree with the mom that sharing a room with two teenagers is not babysitting, because the mother didn't say you have to watch them and follow them everywhere they go. I don't know how the mom is parenting the 15 and 16-year-old. I don't know how much independence they have. I don't know how, like, street smart they are. If it's just the room that they're having to share and the oldest isn't being expected to, like, go everywhere with them on the cruise, I'm not really sure what the problem is. I feel like the only reason why my makeup is starting to look okay is because I've been looking at it for a while. I still think it looks horrendous. I'm probably gonna cringe when I'm editing this. And I only have 2 bars of camera battery left, so I gotta go. Now, if it were me in this situation and I had siblings and I genuinely, I need to put something on my bottom lash. If I genuinely did not want to room with my siblings, probably the only thing I would ask of my parents is that they let me know about the cruise in advance so that I can save up the money for my own suite. The other thing I don't know is, what cruise is this on? What do the rooms look like? Because an ocean view room doesn't sound horrendous. Then again, if this is a rich kid we're talking about, us regular people are much easier to please than they are. She could be used to the finer things in life and see the ocean view as a downgrade, whereas many of us would just be happy to be on a cruise at all. As long as it isn't Carnival, apparently. Okay, I'm officially done with everything except my brows and my lashes. At least I know for a fact that I can do brows and lashes. What time is it? 6:34. Okay, I need to go. Okay, so notes to self for next time. Definitely use it full on instead of just on the side like I did before. But if I'm gonna use it full on, just a backwards and forward swipe, no more than that. And if I'm going to use the side like I did last time, then I can get away with using just a little bit more. I decided not to turn on the big light because we all know that's illegal, but this is the fit. It's just something super simple. I can't really throw fits the way that I would like to because I don't have a whole lot of clothes, so I had a hard time picking something that would be cute enough but comfortable enough for both skating and eating. So it's definitely bad, but it's not as bad. I don't know. I think I'm just trying to cheer myself up at this point. Okay, let's go and try to have a good day.
It was like around the Memento Mori was like.
Good morning. I am not as sore as I thought it would be, but I am extremely tired. I got home at like midnight last night, and when I finally made it into the bed, it was 1 a.m. because I had to shower, do my skincare, body care, makeup, and all of that. I almost don't care how tired I am. I'm still gonna do all of those things before I go to bed, especially taking off my makeup. It's only 11:12. I just woke up an hour ago and I can already feel a nap coming on. Yesterday with my best friend was so much fun. We went skating and then we went out for Japanese food after. We didn't have to pay for skating because women got in free. Maybe it's because yesterday was Valentine's Day, but we were like, oh, period. I only fell once, which was an accomplishment. It's a hard ass fall because I fell hard on my ass. But eventually I got my skate legs back and I was able to make it around the rink a couple times, kind of at the same speed as everybody else. I need to learn how to turn, like cross my legs over when I'm going around the curve, and then I just want to know how to like skate backwards, turn, do tricks and stuff like that. I'm about to say something very, very, very embarrassing. I did not know skating was a black thing. Like, I promise y'all, I did not know skating was a black thing. Because anytime I went skating, it was on a field trip with my white school. The first time I realized that skating was a black thing was, I know everybody saw the Usher video, but I saw a video of these black guys skating before that. I saw it like on TikTok several years ago. That's when I realized that skating was a black thing. And then like black roller skaters just started showing up on my For You page, and I was like, I missed out on a whole piece of black history. I did not know this was a black thing. So when we went to the rink, because the area that we live in is a pretty white area, I guess you could say. It's not, you know, like Atlanta or Detroit or the Bronx or whatever, where those are known as black areas. The city where we live is known as like a pretty white area, but there's black people everywhere. And when we walked in, she was like, I did not know that white people skated like that. And in my head I was like, yeah, I thought everybody knew that, cause that's who was at the rinks when I was in school. So yeah, I definitely cannot keep letting Black History Month after Black History Month after Black History Month go by and I don't know how to skate. They do have skating lessons, I just don't get the money for that right now. But I definitely want to get my own pair of skates because entry is cheaper when you don't have to rent skates. And now that my feet have stopped growing, since like 10 years ago, I can buy a pair of skates and I won't have to buy another pair. Also found out that Wednesdays at our skating rink are adult nights, which is fantastic because I honestly think not having kids at the rink made it easier for me to get the hang of it, because adults have the awareness and the motor control to avoid people. Also, like over half the people who were at the rink last night are like really good skaters. I will always advocate for respect of children. I'm very much a conscious parenting advocate, but like sometimes you do just genuinely need child-free spaces. Two things can be true at the same time. Doesn't mean I hate kids. Sometimes things are easier to do when kids are not around. Hence the child-free. I mean, hell, there was a point where even I didn't want kids of my own, like at all. Now I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, maybe just one, but I don't want to have them by myself. So I do have some stuff I need to do today. I need to clear off my hard drive of all of that old, basically useless content now. I'll need to transfer more footage over, finish editing this week's vlog. And I think I might like practice my makeup again so I can get my contour down, because I'm not having a repeat of last night. Oh my gosh, that was terrifying. I got away with it because it was nighttime and most of the places where we went were low lighting. So if my makeup was bad, hopefully nobody really noticed. But I can still feel myself being really sleepy. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go downstairs, eat breakfast. I'm gonna come back upstairs, and I might go back to sleep for a couple of hours, and we'll see what happens when I wake up then. Never mind, I'm not doing a thing today except going to physical therapy.